Hello everyone, my name is Chidinma Vanessa Onwe Adechina, and I cannot start off this video without expressing my gratitude to the incredible people who have shown me so much love and so much support. Now, I have received an invitation from the Silverbird Group, who are the organizers of the Miss Universe Nigeria beauty pageant. And I say this with great excitement because I have decided to participate in the Miss Universe Nigeria 2024 beauty pageant. Now, I understand the expectations and responsibilities that come with this title, and I am so excited to embark on this journey. And I just want to say thank you so much for this opportunity, and I'm looking forward to participating in Africa's most prestigious beauty pageant, Miss Universe Nigeria.
So that is Chidinma Onwe Vanessa Adeshina, a Nigerian-born South African. Okay, so this was after the crowning of the new Miss South Africa, from what Maurice Bruce, who is the leader or the CEO of the Miss Universe Nigeria Beauty Pageant Group, said during an interview with a particular local station. He mentioned that they watched the event and for them it was bad, and because Nigerians are known to be interested in their brothers or sisters or wherever they find themselves, they wanted to come into it and at least give Chidinma, since she's half Nigerian, a chance to participate. They didn't say they were going to give her the trophy. They said they're giving her a chance to, participate. And let's hear Maurice Bruce, tell us how they got her contacts and what she told them.
As a good citizen of Nigeria, Silverbird Group reached out to her to ask her, would you be so kind to participate in Miss Universe Nigeria since you have Nigerian? I reached out to the national director, Stephanie, who is my personal friend, and her hands were tied because she said it was beyond her, and she could only ask her if she was willing to take part in our national pageant here since she's half Nigerian. Well, we sent a press release reaching out to her. We did not reach her directly. We sent a press release, and then through social media, she got my number and called me, explaining she would have loved to, but we've cancelled, we've suspended, we've finished the selection of 24 girls, and that there might be uproar if she moves out of South Africa. So I said, well, think about it. Let us know. You're half Nigerian, half South African. You have every right to participate in any pageants in the country here. So she said she was going to send us a message. I would like them to play the message of this young lady, Chidinma Adeshina, on her response to our request.
Yeah, so if you listen closely, you will hear what the CEO of the Silverbird Group, who was saddled with the organization of the Miss Universe, Miss Nigeria, and all that, everything pageant is within their domain. If you listen well, you hear what he said, in a loud terms, because he said they watched how this lady was treated, and as far as they were concerned, it wasn't fair. And because Nigerians are very hospitable people, and she's half Nigerian, they want to give her that sense of belonging. All right, and they reached out to her. She didn't reach out to them. They reached out to her and asked her if she would love to come for Miss Universe. Of course, they're going to give her a spot, and she kind of said what she think would be wrong leaving South Africa and all that. So they asked her, okay, take your time and think about it. And then when she was done, she responded back, and it was at that point they kicked off with the whole thing before it came out to the media. And believe me, they acted swiftly, because while the whole thing was happening, it means they've already reached out to her, trying to make her understand that, hey, you are Nigerian, we are here for you, we're not going to throw you away. But something happened which we must know. And that was the fact that Nigerians started, Nigerians, not all Nigerians, most Nigerians, not that they were angry or something, because we're not angry people. They just expressed their concerns, about the other girls, other contestants who had been there for months, granting interviews, working very hard, trying to see that, I think they're 22 in number, working very hard, looking for this spot badly. And then suddenly somebody comes from South Africa, and some people are like, you've never visited the country, what's the evidence? Some are like, you don't even look like us, we have bold face, bold lips and all that. Some are like, you didn't see us as your family. After all, you don't have our accent. So many things came up this period, and believe you me, if there is somebody who should talk about that, because I have actually followed her closely from the time they started, before the whole stuff started, and believe me, she's not shy to identify with her roots. And the day, that she got to the last six, the very last six before the whole thing came up, you could see her with her father and his Igbo brothers. The Nigerian brothers, they were there celebrating, they were happy. I don't know whether it was what triggered South Africans or something else, but from my research today, I discovered that this thing has been there for the longest of time, right? So one of the people who I know that will always be very vocal is the very dark man, and he expressed his concerns as well. All right, let's listen to him and then we'll get
all this sentimental game. Me, I know they like play. You understand me? I'll just talk about CP. I don't even get that time. Now, Chidinma, I understand what you went through in the house of South Africans, and now they don't package you. Now you won't come compete for Miss Nigeria, and guess what? You won't come represent Nigeria, and guess what? Now you go win. Obviously, they'll give it to you because of what you go through for South Africa. Meanwhile, you see Nigeria, come do Miss Nigeria before. As they don't reject you for South Africa now, you won't come back to your motherland. Based on say the controversy, blow your name and all that. I'm not against you, but I'm just stating the obvious. Now, your coins and take affect people where don't date this country, where don't they do modeling for years. You understand? Young girls, so they don't they prepare for this thing, so whether or not they do this modeling for years, your own go come affect them. Because if they don't give it to you now, South Africans go laugh you, say she could not even win again in Nigeria. Do you understand? She's the loser and all that. They go laugh you, yeah. So the organizers of this thing won't give this thing to you. I understand that they are trying to compensate you and they are trying to show that, oh, Nigerians, oh yes, we got ourselves. But to be very honest, I don't think you should come to Nigeria to do this your pageantry, because you are trying to spoil other people's chances that have been living in Nigeria, the patriotic Nigerians. Now, you don't even sound as if you don't sound like person where they ever touched this country before. Me, I would just talk the way it be, right? You don't sound like somebody that have been in this country before. And now, silver bed now, we know how these things they be. We know how these things they be. There's nothing anymore, except if now, maybe if I talk down, I don't go, we'll now change the plan. But the normal script will be for her to win it, so that when I'll tell South Africa and say, do you understand? Fine and good.
Well, it's very unfortunate. Very dark man's fears are they're not far-fetched, but it is what it is. And like Silverbird said, they didn't say they're inviting her so that they'll hand over. And there was something I failed to say. Maybe I should have brought it here, but I don't think it's necessary. Is that one of the local stations in Nigeria, Arise, had an interview with Maurice Bruce. And this interview was basically centered on the nomination or the invitation to Chidinma Vanessa Onwe Adeshina, to join them in the Miss Universe Nigeria, and why he had to do that, and what he thinks will be going through the minds of the girls who had been practicing for so many months for this particular competition. And his answer was a bit shocking. I don't know if it's true, but this was his answer. I would have brought the clip, but I didn't want a problem of copyright, so I didn't bother to do that. Is that he said during that interview that the girls were actually the ones who pleaded with the organization to bring Chidinma on board. And I mean, if that's true, that's very remarkable, I must say. That the acts that should be brought forward because of the prejudice and because of the harassment, the cyberbullying, and they should bring her so she can join them. And on that note, they said, well, since it was a girls talking, that means it's already easier for them to go ahead and bring the girls. And it was on that note that they extended that olive branch, of which she declined initially before she later accepted. And right now she'll be representing Taraba State, so she is said to be Miss Taraba State. Okay, so I don't know how true what he said is, but that's what he said. All right. So another thing that I also came to discover was that this was not just because of Chidinma or Vanessa. I think this has been going on for the longest of time. I don't know whether it is as a result of apartheid, where even though the slaves feel as though they are free, but they are still, in bondage in their minds. Because tell me how somebody whose mother or whose father is South African and the other person is not a South African, maybe is a Swiss man or Netherlands or something, and then it is acceptable to South Africans. They will accept to their full chest. And then somebody has African roots. Then maybe the person's mother is South African. The child was born in South Africa. And then the father is of another African national. And then they say no. Is it as a result of the color of the skin, or is it a slavery thing, or I don't know what to call it, but that's how it came off, us. I was listening to Melissa Naimuli, who said because of the way the father was treated when she was 14 years, she decided to deny that she was from Uganda and decided to take up just South Africa. Of course, the mother is South African, the father is a Ugandan, but she said the way the father was arrested and treated, she said, you know what, I want to achieve my potential, so I'm just going to, pretend that I had no relationship with another African, country or national, or that my father is from South Africa. Of course, from what she said in her video, she regrets that till today. Well, for me, I can only advocate for peace. We're Africans and we should live as one and let peace reign. And for Chidinma, I wish her the very best. Bye for now.